It is my ambition to say in 10 sentences what others say in a whole book. Happiness has no face but backs. That's why we see it when it's gone. He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Life consists of rare, isolated moments of the greatest significance and of innumerably many intervals, during which at best the silhouettes of those moments hover about us. Love, springtime, every beautiful melody, mountains, the moon, the sea, all these speak completely to the heart but once, if in fact they ever do get a chance to speak completely. For many men do not have those moments at all, and are themselves intervals and intermissions in the symphony of real life. The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. Love your enemies because they bring out the best in you. Few thinkers have shaken the foundations of philosophy like Friedrich Nietzsche. But who was Nietzsche, and why does his work resonate so deeply? All I need is a sheet of paper and something to write with, and then I can turn the world upside down. Friedrich Nietzsche, one of the most influential and controversial philosophers in history, challenged the conventions of his time with revolutionary ideas. A philosopher, poet, and cultural critic, he is known for his fragmented and aphoristic style, as well as concepts like the Ubermensch, the eternal return, and the famous declaration God is dead. But Nietzsche is not just a thinker to study. He is an invitation to reflect on our lives, meaning and freedom. Today, we will explore his vision through some of his most powerful words. Thoughts are the shadows of our feelings, always darker, emptier, and simpler. Beliefs, more than lies, are dangerous enemies of truth. Whoever fights with monsters should see to it that he does not become a monster in the process. And when you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you. Madness is something rare in individuals, but in groups, parties, peoples, and ages, it is the rule. Rather know nothing than half know many things. Rather be a fool on one's own account than a wise man in the opinion of others. All the greatest thoughts are conceived while walking. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. The truth is that the truth changes. We often refuse to accept an idea merely because the tone of which it has been expressed is unsympathetic to us. It is the quietest words that bring the storm. The mother of excess is not joy but joylessness. The thought of suicide is a great consolation. By means of it, one gets through many a dark night. In loneliness, the lonely one eats himself. In a crowd, the many eat him. Now choose. Creating, that is the great salvation from suffering. Sometimes we only love our passion and not the thing that we are passionate about. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. The snake which cannot cast its skin has to die, as well the minds which are prevented from changing their opinions. They cease to be mind. No small art is it to sleep. It is necessary for that purpose to keep awake all day. 10 times a day must thou overcome thyself, that causeth wholesome weariness, and is poppy to the soul. 10 times must thou reconcile again with thyself, for overcoming is bitterness, and badly sleep the unreconciled. 10 truths must thou find during the day, otherwise wilt thou seek truth during the night, and thy soul will have been hungry. I am not upset that you lied to me. I am upset that from now on I can't believe you. We have to be careful that in throwing out the devil, we don't throw out the best part of ourselves. But I need solitude, which is to say, recovery, return to myself, the breath of a free, light, playful air. I hate who steals my solitude without, in exchange, offering me true company. Do you want to have an easy life? Then always stay with the herd and lose yourself in the herd. We love life, not because we are used to living, but because we are used to loving. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to stand and walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. Whatever is done for love always occurs beyond good and evil. The true man wants two things, danger and play. For that reason he wants woman as the most dangerous plaything. Woman's love involves injustice and blindness against everything that she does not love. This is the hardest of all, to close the open hand out of love and keep modest as a giver. There are no eternal facts as there are no absolute truths. We know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. Do whatever you will, but first be such as are able to will. There is more wisdom in your body than your deepest philosophies. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. Whoever despises himself nonetheless respects himself as one who despises. Hope in reality is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torments of man. I cannot believe in a God who wants to be praised all the time. Nietzsche's idea of God was too small and thought of him as in human terms. I would believe only in a God that knows how to dance. There cannot be a God because if there were one, I could not believe that I was not he. What? Is man merely a mistake of God's, or is God merely a mistake of man's? Faith, not wanting to know what the truth is. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. You have your way. I have my way. As for the right way, the correct way, and the only way, it does not exist. There are two different types of people in this world, those who want to know and those who want to believe. All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. The advantage of a bad memory is that one enjoys several times the same good things for the first time. In heaven, all the interesting people are missing. Nietzsche's words push us to challenge conventions, to seek our true selves and to live authentically. His philosophy is a constant invitation to never settle, but to become who we truly are. If this video made you think, leave a like, share it, and subscribe so you don't miss the next food for thought. See you soon.